Dang it, guys, I did it again. I was just 5 minutes into that video and realized I was taking a really beautiful picture. So, let's do this again. Module 4, Lesson 2, and this is the 20-point rule. Now, what this is about is, for the most part, like we talked about before, your CGM and your finger pricks are going to be different. Like I said, it goes into the fluid in your cells. It doesn't go actually into your bloodstream. So, we'll say if I look at my sensor and it says I'm at 90, and I check my finger prick, it might say 110. Now, within probably 5-10 minutes, if I look at my sensor, it's usually going to be around 110. So it catches up, but there is a delay. And like I said, that's just something to know and be aware of. Because the thing is, a lot of people have gotten sick, and I believe a few have died over making treatment decisions based off of false readings. If you look it up, I believe that has happened. And you know, I just want to preface this right now. Nothing I'm telling you is medical advice. Always talk to your doctor before you decide or think about making any changes in your treatment or anything like that. So, yesterday, for example, my finger prick usually runs about 20 points above what my CGM runs. So yesterday I decided it had been 8 weeks since I've had any carbs, okay? So I'm like, I'm gonna have a bun. I'm gonna have a steak tonight, I'm gonna eat it on a bun. What's the worst that could happen? I'll be fine. So I eat the bun. It's around 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I look at my sensor around 7 o'clock, it says 201. Holy crap. In the last probably 4 or 5 weeks, actually in the last 8 weeks, I really haven't been. I've been between like, I'd say 80 and 130 normal. My daily average is between probably 100 and 120. So when I hit 200, my heart started pounding. I started getting nervous, you know. And I kind of checked out with AI and said, what do I do, Claude? Because, never ask AI for medical advice. It almost killed me. We've either heard that video or you're gonna hear it coming up, I promise. But Claude gave me he threw my words back in my face. He told me grab a bottle of water and start walking. And I said, all right. And I went to hit the front door to go do my walks, and I realized, whoa, I looked at my sensor, I was already back down to 168. So I get out and start walking. Within a half of an hour, I was down to 79 again. And that is exactly how your body is supposed to handle sugar. That's not how a diabetic body, and that's not how my old body handled sugar. My old body would have went up to 200, up to 300, up to 350, and then maybe taken hours to come back down to 250, maybe 200 max. And I'd be like, oh, my sugar's down to 200. This is great. Look at this, guys. So I've learned that after 8 weeks of no carbs, doing my diet right, taking my medicine, getting off insulin, that my body still knows how to do what it's supposed to do, which is a great feeling. So I don't call that, I got in trouble for calling it reversal. So we're going to call it remission. But here's the point. I'm taking 0 insulin. My sugar right now is looking great. And my GMI, because I haven't got my A1C taken, I think I'm going to get it taken next month, I believe. But my GMI over 30 days is 5.9. Let's go. 8 weeks ago, in the emergency room, my A1C is 13. So, but yeah, the main point of this video and this lesson is to know, be prepared. There's going to be a difference between your finger prick readings and your arm readings, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's testing 2 different fluids. One's testing the interstitial fluids, one's testing your blood. So there's going to be a difference. It's going to lag behind, but it pretty much ends up the same. generally. And the biggest point is, if you start to feel off or sick, always double check it with a finger prick. You know, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. And that was something I figured out literally on my own, just by using the sensor. In the very beginning, the first time I got a low, first thing I did was reach for my old kit, do a finger prick, because the finger pricks are a lot truer. So it's going to give you a more accurate, record. So thank you guys for checking out this lesson, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great night.